Okay,
Yeah,
we
that's
are
right.
back.
Okay, yeah.
We're back, America. We stopped again. Actually, we rewound it because when we went to break, he made a drink, used the John. I found Yoda again real quick. And then it all happened while we were away. So we came back to right where we left you, where they were trying to review this stupid fucking play. Wait, we can't watch 50 minutes of this again.
No, we
There's
can't.
got to be a way to
We
go.
gotta
further.
speed that up.
Yeah, speed that up a little bit. Hold on.
That is so funny.
It's not letting me do it. Hold on.
No. There you go.
Wait, no, that goes back to there. Hold on.
It goes back to live? Did they win it?
Hold on. Let's see what happened here.
All right. Well, yeah, we already saw this part, right?
Did we? No. 77-72.
Yeah, I think
This
this
is where, all right,
this is
hold
where
on.
we
He
were
makes
at.
the 2 free throws.
Yeah,
Okay.
he does make 2 free throws.
All right, here's where we need to be. Let's just let it go from here. I didn't even know, I don't disagree. Law Dog in the hizzy, the highly questionable one, the redoubtable one in spirit. Hopefully Maddie got an award tonight. It's after 11. They should be home. What the fuck, Tom? What the fuck, Tom? There's a car coming down the street. Is it a
Is it Dre?
is it a mobile? Is it a mobile?
That's a
Well, I
splendid
should text
captain.
him. Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, he's got the good captain. I've got the Martian Man. What a combination, the captain and Martian Manhunter. Let me see here. Oh, that's the dumb. What is that? Politics. Nobody cares. Wait a minute. Where's Tom Izzo? Izzo, where are you? Where are you? Segment 3. Anyway, so as we're watching, all right, so they go into a trap.
This is the trap.
This is the trap. He got fouled on the free throws. That's what it was. Yeah, so he fouled him. So what happened was, this guy makes the 2 free throws.
Yeah.
That's what happened. All right, I know what happened now. All right, we'll just watch it.
What a game.
Yeah, what a game this is. Gonzaga did not go quietly into that good night, which tells you that Houston earned this one. This is a big-time second-round win against a very good basketball program.
Yep.
So Houston's for real.
Houston's for real.
For real. I can tell you that right now.
And they're going to beat Purdue.
Yeah, they are. They're going to probably wipe their ass with them.
Yeah, they're going to Elite Eight.
Purdue is not Gonzaga. Okay, they're not.
No,
They're not. No. Anyway, this kid has 15 points. He's a 93% foul shoot. 90. All these kids can shoot free throws too. Have you noticed that?
That's a great sign.
It is a great sign. That's why these two teams are good, because they fundamentals. It's not just talent. They got 80 and 90% foul shooters up and down the roster. Like, yeah, we don't beat ourselves, America. We don't do that. So he makes the first one 77-75, 21 seconds to go. Let's see if he makes the second one. I believe he did, but we'll see. But he's a 93% shooter. I'm going to go with yes.
Wow.
Yep. 77-76. Houston takes it out. 21 seconds to go. I'm wondering, does Gonzaga foul here? Because the shot clock, they have to foul. Try to get the steal. If you can't get the 10-second call, foul. I'm guessing is the play here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what happens here. So they get the ball in bounds. They don't get the trap. He goes backwards. They're trying to close to. They reverse it back. There's the skip. And there's the foul. Okay, so 14.
that makes sense.
All right. 14.2. Almost got the 10-second call, but didn't. Not a bad idea. Foul him. See what happens. Mark, man, a few words,
Mark, I've had a few. Only I say it because after he got busted for drunk driving,
Mark,
I've had a few.
I had a few. But see, we talked about this. A few.
Yeah.
With like women and everybody else that's not a man is 2.
Yeah.
But men, a few is like, we're talking alcohol?
4.
We're talking 8 beers.
Yeah, I know.
8 beers.
I've had a few.
That's a few. 8 beers. Not I've had a ton. A ton is like a case.
Yeah.
8 beers is a few.
That is a few. I think you do that during
a woman,
a football game.
Children, everybody, 2. A few is 2. Not men. No. So, which is one of the funny did you know? It's like one of those did you know?
Yeah.
That when a man says a few, he's referring to alcohol, he's not referring to 2.
Yeah. He's not referring to 2.
He's not referring to 2. In fact, 4 is on the low end of what you're referring to.
Yeah.
No, it's 8. It is
It's
the
probably
men. It's
8. Yeah.
I know, because when I've said a few to Becky, I meant last night.
Yeah.
Becky asked me how many drinks you have. A few. I had 8.5 drinks.
We made it.
Not
we
beers.
got a 3-point, 1 possession
All right,
game with
so here he
14
goes.
seconds.
This is plenty of time. So they go to the big man. He reverses his what the fuck? That drops it, travels, doesn't get called for it, but throws the ball off his fist. What the fuck was that?
Oh, they're just sick. Their stomach now.
Did they? What happened there?
That you know what they did? That was a Loafie.
That was a Loafie.
That was a definitely
Gonzaga
in-game
loaf.
Loafie.
See, that's how you know how good Houston is, because they got Gonzaga to loaf. Gonzaga's not a team that loafs.
Oh, he just got blocked.
He blocked it off of him.
And then he just took it. Oh.
Houston made Gonzaga loaf themselves. That's easier said than done.
Yeah, that is.
Most teams don't make Gonzaga even blink. Never mind loaf themselves. Houston just got them to loaf themselves. They did. That's pretty crazy. That's how good Houston is. And I bet this motherfucker makes both free throws because that's how good Houston is.
Oh, yeah.
Full disclosure, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm just going on a limb.
Yep.
Yep. Drains the first one. Yep. Because they're a legit one seed. That's what one seeds do. So, for the most part. There's always the exception, like the Syracuse Orangemen back in '87 who couldn't shoot free throws for shit.
Calvin Sampson.
Calvin Sampson. He's one of the guys. Yep. Well, Nelson Ball. Doesn't need the net barely moves. UConn. I mean, Gonzaga goes down. So St. Mary's is left. They won today, I believe. So, yeah. Yeah.
St. Mary's got to play man.
I had Houston. Right? Hey, I got one right. Woohoo! Houston advances to the Sweet 16. They will face Purdue.
Who's left here? Kentucky.
That's the
and
other
Tennessee?
half. Tennessee is playing UCLA right now.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? So we should go to that game. That would be the intelligent thing to do. Which one is it? Is it them? Yeah.
There we go.
By the way, second half, Tennessee 37, UCLA 31. I love this fucking March Madness.
Yeah, it's great. It's just got something going on all the time. I love it.
The game. Segment 3, I don't disagree. We are here with you for the duration of the second half of this UCLA Tennessee. This will be the last one tonight. Half of the Sweet 16 will be set.
Yeah.
And then we will look at these first 8 real quick and give a little quick review of what we think in terms of, all right, okay, whoa, how'd they get? We're going to break down the 8 that advanced today.
Yep.
So the half of 16, then we'll preview tomorrow's other half. Okay. So, but right now we have Tennessee and UCLA in a Donnie. UCLA is down 6. They've got the ball. 16:55 to go. Plenty of time. UCLA, who's a 7 seed, had a good year. Good. I think they were better than people thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
But they're UCLA. They're the top of the mountain.
It's a big one.
So
man.
11 national championships, and by the way, they haven't won one in 30 years. Exactly. 1995 was the last one. The O'Banion brothers.
The O'Banion brothers. I remember.
Toby, the jumper, the leaper, Toby Kelly or Toby Key, whatever his name was. He was like a 6'8" wing guy. He was a freshman too. I thought he was going to be like an all-time great. He vanished after.
Yeah.
But
that was a good
O'Banion
squad.
Brothers, Ed O'Bannon, who was lefty, the 6'8", yeah, he got drafted. The brother, who was the younger one, the guard there,
It was Ed and Charlie, right?
Ed and Charlie, and then Tyus Edney was the point guard. They were loaded.
Dang.
Yeah, Tyus Edney had a good career. I mean, so they were loaded, that UCLA team, but they haven't won in 30 years. So
Yeah, it's been a long time. Went to Final Four a couple years ago.
they did. I thought they were back.
2022.
Yeah, 3 years ago. But they hadn't been close, or right now they win this game. Maybe they're down 6. Good Tennessee team.
Oh, Tennessee's real good.
They are. I'm hating at the fact the SEC these hierarchies are winning, all of them.
Well,
they're good. They were the best conference in America, and they were top heavy. Just walked out of the competition. Maddie's team got first place in their division. Let's go. Oh, they won.
Awesome.
I doubt I'm going to make IDD. Well, Izzo's not going to be here.
Wisconsin's the first team to lose in the Big Ten so far in the tournament.
Yeah, the ACC is down to Duke. Right now, the SEC is 2-3 in the tournament. If Duke wins tomorrow, they'll be 3-3. The 3 teams got knocked out in the first round. Carolina won the play-in and then lost. So the SEC had a down year with the exception of Duke.
Good defense.
So
Good defense.
we'll see what Duke ends up doing. But yeah, there's good defense. 40-31 now. Tennessee has extended their lead. 15:32 to go. So this is segment 3. He's not going to be here. While we're watching this game, and again, this is the last of the first half of the Sweet 16 will be filled tonight.
Yeah.
But if we look at who we've got right now, we've got BYU. We've got
You've got
Purdue.
Purdue. Yep.
We've got Houston. Okay?
Yep. Auburn.
We've got Auburn. So
Michigan.
2-1 seeds. We've got Michigan. We've got
Tech.
Arkansas
Arkansas.
beating St. John's today. I still can't understand that.
Beat the Johnnies.
Yeah, I didn't see that happening.
No, didn't either.
Their brackets are completely fucked.
Yeah.
They are both now effectively rooting against Duke.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because the more I'm going to win this thing in a landslide if Duke gets to the
Yeah,
Final
it'll be
Four.
easy. It'll be easy.
So I'm behind now, but it's right now. So, but no one had Arkansas beating St. John's today.
No.
I saw probably 5. You probably saw the same amount. I did 5 or 6
Yeah. There's just no way.
pre-games from sport. No one had Arkansas winning that game today.
Nope.
So there was the question of some of the officiating. I don't think it was that. I think Pitino's decision to bench his best player with 5 minutes to go
So odd.
is the biggest question looming there. And Pitino's answer, frankly, doesn't pass the smell test.
It doesn't at all. No, he's just arrogant about his answer.
Yeah,
Like he kind of wanted to be right in that situation.
It doesn't pass the smell test. No coach with a brain between their ears is going to justify sitting their best player with 5 minutes to go in their season in a one-possession game because he's not. He's cold right now. That's
So
fucking
ridiculous.
ridiculous. That's absolutely utterly fucking ridiculous. Patino loafed himself.
Totally.
Let's be clear. He loafed himself.
It was like a cinnamon raisin.
That's what
loaf.
it was.
Like,
It had nuts in it too.
Yeah,
it was nuts
just-
in that
it was
loaf.
just kinda
Some
nasty, you know?
Nougats. He loafed himself. That was a Pitino loafing. Because when a guy gives you an answer that ridiculous, he loafed himself.
Yeah, all day.
Because to his point, he came off as arrogant. Like
Yeah.
you saw the numbers, like shouldn't it be obvious? That
Yeah.
would be gaslighting.
Yeah.
Because that is not coaching etiquette.
No, not at all.
You will go down. If you're going down, I'm going down with my best player. He's not hurt. He's not fouled in foul trouble. No, you go down. If the ship sinks, you're going down with the ball in the hands of your best player. Any coach with a brain is going to tell you that.
Yeah.
So he went 3 for 17. He played 30 minutes. That's the dumbest thing. It's not dumb. It's arrogant.
Sure.
So it's what he's telling you is I loafed myself and I forgot about him.
Lots of loafing going on.
That's what he's telling you.
Oh, now they're showing the highlights. He's
He's telling you,
Zags,
I loafed
Houston.
myself and I forgot about him. That's what he really said there. So,
Oh, Pitino, yeah.
yeah, which makes my point even more valid because he's just another one. He's a better recruiter than he is a coach. He can coach, but
Yeah.
he's more into himself than his players.
Yeah.
The answer at the end of the game proves it. He should have said, I honestly, we were in a tight game. I just kind of forgot about him.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think at that point he gave us the best chance to win, or I forgot about him. Even that other answer doesn't sound right. How does he not give you the best chance to win? He's your best player.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't make any sense.
doesn't
to me.
make
Doesn't
any
make
sense
any
at all.
sense. It doesn't pass the smell test.
It doesn't.
Stinks.
Stinks.
Stinks is an answer. Which tells me there was a loaf in that room, and I'm betting the drawers are the coaches.
And Tennessee is starting to open
Pull
this game
away
up a
here.
little bit.
Tennessee is starting to impose their will. Again, the SEC was top heavy. Those first 6 are all heavyweights. And we're looking at one of them. So, and UCLA is a good team, but they're in this SEC was a buzzsaw this year. I don't think they should have got 14 teams. I do think they should have got 10.
Yeah.
Okay, which would have tied the record. They were that good. I don't know about the bottom 4, but this thing here, this Tennessee team, no joke. No joke. So if Tennessee ends up in the Final Four, no one with a brain.
Nobody's gonna be surprised. Yeah.
So with that said, we had Houston, Purdue, BYU on one side, Arkansas,
Texas Tech,
Texas Tech,
Auburn, and Michigan.
Auburn expected, Michigan not so much.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, when I look at these, Matt, I mean, to me, out of that group so far, I mean, Arkansas to me is the biggest surprise.
Yeah.
Because they're one of the ones I didn't think should be in this tournament.
Yeah.
Of the 14, they're probably the 11th or the 12th. I don't think they should have gotten this tournament. But here they are in the Sweet 16. So, because of a giant loaf in the pants of one Rick Pitino. Huge. Steamy.
Oh my God.
Steamy Wolves.
Tennessee is just opening this game up.
A team that does belong, who is Tennessee, is taking it to a pretty good UCLA team right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're
UCLA
about
team is
15.
not a bad basketball team. They are pantsing them right now. So, and as we speak, the bluish hue is flowing like Capistrano.
Wow.
So of those 7, Tennessee I'm going to assume is the 8th because I don't think I had Tennessee winning this game. I'm going to get 2 right today. God damn it. Is it 2 or 3? What do I have? I got Auburn right over Creighton.
Yep.
It gets ugly after that. I didn't have Drake. I had St. John's.
How far did you have St. John's going, though? Just Elite 8?
Yeah, I have them losing to Florida.
Okay,
So
okay.
that doesn't kill me.
Right.
I had VCU. BYU is sitting there. I had Oregon. We're looking at Baylor. Right? Yeah, Baylor. No, I'm sorry. Baylor is Duke. Duke is waiting. I had that game hasn't been played yet. I apologize. Is that the 8th? So Houston. Houston's the one I got right
Yeah.
so far. If Tennessee and Auburn, I had Auburn. So I had 2 right out of if Tennessee wins, I'll be 3-5 so far in this round. Yet all of my Final Four teams are still alive.
Yep.
Unlike some people
Yeah.
who have the Nets their winner, not the Final
Yeah,
Four.
he's the winner.
The winner. So
Thought it was St. John's here, man. But again,
I don't get it. That's a Pitino like Loafy. Tom
Yeah.
would call it a trophy Loafy.
Yeah.
Because St. John's, a lot of people thought could win the whole thing. A lot of people did. 2 guys on this set picked them to win the whole thing. They're not the
listen,
2 guys.
a great regular season. So when you have that type of regular season, you think, okay, they're playing good at the right time. And that's what he said. That's kind of what we love about March. It's like we didn't win.
They won the Big East regular season and postseason tournament convincingly. And that's a good conference. That's a top 3 conference in basketball. I'd say it's SEC, Big East, and Big Ten right now, and then the ACC is full. That's how I'd rate them. And the fact that the SEC's 11th best team just took them out, that's crazy. I mean, think about it. Yeah. So, I don't know. But that brings us to tomorrow. Duke, Baylor. I got to favor Duke here. John Shire's team has been consistent all year long, and they play defense. And the scary thing about them is apparently their 7'2" center and the 7'4" can shoot threes. Yeah. He's got actually good form. It's not like the Manute Bol thing where it goes around the side of his head. No, it's it's proper shooting form. Like he looks like he's done it before.
Yeah, like Giannis shooting it or something like just that big.
Yeah, I didn't know he could do that. That gives Duke another element I didn't think they had. So that's the difference there. You're going to have the other one, Oregon, Arizona will be a good game. That is
old school Pac-12.
That's a 5-4 or 10, whatever, 4 something. Arizona's a good basketball team.
Yeah, 4-5 matchup.
Yeah, 4-5 matchup. That's a good one. I have Oregon winning that game. Close though. That's going to be a good game. If you want to see I'll be shocked if that's not a Donnybrook. To me, that's the one that's.
It's going to be a total Donnybrook.
It's going to be a Donnybrook.
Yeah. I got Arizona winning. I like the way.
I like Arizona too. If Arizona, to me, it's a coin flip game.
It really is.
If Arizona won, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm like, well, to me, it was like, I got to pick something different here.
Yeah, for sure.
But that is a coin flip game. Either one could win. And I agree. If you say that, I totally don't. I understand it. I totally do. Then you got Kentucky against. Is it Illinois? Yeah. Kentucky should win that game. I'd love to see Illinois win it, but Kentucky should win that.
Should win that game, yeah.
But I don't. I've seen Illinois play. I think they're pretty good. Kentucky is one of these SEC powerhouse teams. I don't see how Illinois doesn't have enough firepower to stay with them. They just don't. If Kentucky has enough shooting night, that's something else. But
sure.
And I would love to see it, to be honest with you. But I got to go with who's got the better team on paper. It's Kentucky in that one.
Easy.
Then you've got
Bama St. Mary's.
Bama St. Mary's will be a hell of a basketball game.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
St. Mary's won the WCC. Gonzaga is the team they went over to do it. They beat them twice in the regular season. Gonzaga's a good team, and St. Mary's beat them twice. Mm-hmm. It's hard to be a good team twice in the season. St. Mary's did. So Alabama is the number 2 seed, another one of these SEC top heavy teams. This is gonna be a hell of a game.
Yeah.
It really is. St. Mary's has a lot of size. Where I'm concerned is their speed.
Yeah.
This is what happened to Creighton today with Auburn. Creighton had the size, they didn't have the speed. This is very similar. Now, the difference is I don't believe Alabama is, although they split with Auburn.
Right.
I don't know if they're as fast on the perimeter as Auburn is. I do know they are faster than St. Mary's. So St. Mary's has to get them into a half-court game, and St. Mary's is a very good shooting team. So if they get them into a half-court game, they've got a chance. If Alabama turns this into a track meet,
game over.
It's game over.
Yeah.
And I think they will. And that's why I'm going to pick Alabama. I think they'll stay with them for a while, but I'm going to go with Alabama in that one. And then we've got UConn, Florida. To me, this is the biggest game of the day.
Yeah, easy.
I think it's the biggest game of the day. I have Florida getting to the final and losing to Duke. Mm-hmm. Having said that, I would love to see UConn win this game.
Yeah, I got UConn winning it, but only because I think they can.
They can.
That's all it is. Like, I looked, I was like, could they do it?
Yeah. We talked about this in the previous segment. This is the key to this game is what is Danny Hurley come up with to slow down this Florida backcourt.
Yeah.
That's the whole key to the game. UConn has dipped for one reason. They were not the defensive team, at least not yet. They were the last 2 seasons. When UConn had an off shooting night, they could still lock you down. That is who Florida is. Mm-hmm. They remind me very much of the UConn team that went back to back. In a lot of ways. They're eerily similar. Yeah. I don't know if the coach is on Hurley's level. Yeah. To me, Florida is not proven. That's why I give UConn better than a puncher's chance because UConn's team is loaded with experience. This Florida team has a lot of talent. They haven't been down this road yet. UConn, this group's been there twice. And won the whole fucking thing.
In a row. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
So
UCLA trying to get back in it, but
that's the wrong team with the ball. Let me see here. 12-8. Tennessee's up 13. I've got Florida winning this game, and I think it goes to overtime.
Yeah.
I want to pick UConn with every fiber of my being, but I picked Florida, so I got to stay with them. But I think it's going to be the Donnie of Donnies tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so too.
If Florida blows them out tomorrow, I'll be impressed because that to me has a game that goes down to the wire. But I think Florida prevails. And then we've got who is it? Michigan State,
New Mexico,
and New Mexico. Another good game. New Mexico is a quiet powerhouse team. They're big. They're physical. They can shoot. To me, the advantage here, because the talent level is almost even. I give Michigan a slight edge there.
You can say, yeah.
But the big edge is the coach.
Yeah. Richie doesn't have it like his daddy.
No. No, he doesn't. Not to say he can't coach. I'm not saying that. Yeah. But Izzo's a legend, and he's been to 8 Final Fours for a reason, and he's done it with teams a lot talented than this one.
Yeah.
Less talented, I should say.
Yes, that is true.
I give Michigan State the edge here tomorrow. I picked them to win this game. I had them in my bracket. I'm going to stick with them there. And it's ISU and Ole Miss. Quietly.
Ole Miss, dude, I'm telling you.
Quietly.
They're my dark horse.
A very interesting game. Ole Miss is that they were ranked, they were seeded 6th. They're not one of these SEC powers. ISU is Big 12. I was wrong on this. I had UNC winning this one and losing to Michigan State in the Sweet 16. Iowa State is interesting.
Yeah.
They're an interesting team. When they're on, they look like they can beat anybody.
They're like the best team in the country.
They look like the best team in the country. When they're off, it's like, who the fuck? What? It's like something happened in the locker room that we're all unaware of.
Yeah.
You know, they're ISU to me is the Jekyll and Hyde of this tournament. They really are. Yeah. Because I've seen them play probably 8 times, and I think they're 5-3 in those games. But when they're on, it's like that scene in a Miracle when the players are trying out and they got Patrick talking to Craig up in the booth there.
Yeah.
And he's like he already picked the names, and he goes, you have what's the goalie's name again for the Team USA there?
Oh my God, I can't even think of it. Miracle.
Jim Craig.
Yeah.
Jim Craig. He's like, you have Jim Craig next to Janusek? He goes, I have him ahead of him. He goes, didn't Janusek just win you the national championship? And he goes, we're not playing for the national championship. He's like, and he looks, he goes, well, I heard Craig's game has been off since his mom died, which his mom died before that tournament, if you remember the history. Mm-hmm. And then Herb Brooks turns to him without footage. He goes, did they ever see him when the game's on?
Yeah.
Like the way he said it.
Yeah.
The way he said it was one of the coolest things. Like,
Yeah.
you don't understanding how good this guy is when he's on.
Yeah.
Like, when he's on, he's the best goalie in the world. That's the way he said it.
Yeah.
And he was proven right, by the way. Okay. Jim Craig stood on his head in that tournament.
Yeah.
And the thing about this ISU team is when their game is on,
Sure.
I wouldn't want to be the other team in that gym. I'm just saying. That's the thing. But they could, when they're off, they're just like, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah.
It's happened enough where it's Jekyll and Hyde. I don't know I don't know who Old Miss is running into tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is the thing about this. This is what I love about March. And it's funny. Every year there's a team like this. There's one of these teams like that's got the knockout punch, but it's like they fuck everything else up to get to it. It's like, but if they hit you with their best punch, you're out.
Yeah.
You're out. They can do that. So that's ISU. And that's why this is, to me, is the hardest game to pick.
Yeah.
Because they are Jekyll and Hyde. If they're on, they'll beat Ole Miss.
Remember why they Ole Miss was my
dark horse
because they are, out of all the teams in the tournament, the best in turnover ratio.
This is
like
true.
8.7. So they're like second in the nation or something like that.
It is very rare you see a team average that gives the ball away less than that.
Yeah, less than 10 times, let alone less than 8.
Because if you're 10, you're elite. They give it away 8. Like,
yeah, so
that matters. It does matter. I just don't know if they have the firepower if Iowa State gets hot. Iowa State can drop 100 on them. Like, they're quietly one of these offenses. When they get going, it's like it's frightening. It's like, wow. Like, they can just drop 95, 100 on a team without thinking about it. So, but I don't know which team is showing up tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So who do you got? You got Iowa State winning this?
I don't know. I know you're going with Ole Miss.
No, I didn't know if you already had your bracket filled.
Well, I picked them, but I'm wondering.
Yeah, ISU.
I have them losing in the next round anyway. But I'm just like, so I don't really. If they lose this game, it doesn't kill me. I'm just saying.
There is some history with the Michigan State, Iowa State.
There is.
That part of the run to play Florida in the national championship in 2000, we had to beat Iowa State in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, there's some history there.
A little bit of history there. Yeah. So,
I would argue both teams are better than those two from a talent perspective.
Michigan State and Iowa State would have to obviously both win to get there, right?
There. I agree. I gotta with him. I think that Ole Miss has the better schedule. They play tougher teams.
Yep.
The Big 12 is good. It ain't the SEC. And that's why I give them a slight edge, plus the fact they take care of the ball.
Yeah.
However, this is one of those 50-51-49 deals. If ISU gets hot, they could win by over 10 points.
Yep.
I'm just saying that. So I'm throwing out there. I'm not hedging a bet. I'm going to go with Ole Miss. I have Iowa State winning this game in the bracket. But I didn't think Ole Miss was going to be here. I thought it was going to be UNC. And I thought UNC would beat them because USC had the backcourt to beat them. But Ole Miss did that because UNC loafed themselves. And, yeah, I'm going to go with Ole Miss and Adani.
Okay.
And Adani. Lastly is Michigan. No. Is that the last game?
No, they already won. They beat Texas A&M.
Did we cover them all?
Yeah, we got them all. Auburn plays Michigan next round, but I mean that's.
So we both got Duke, and we both got Ole Miss, and we both got who is it? Was it Alabama? No, yeah, Alabama over St. Mary's.
Right.
We both got. Well, you picked UConn. I have Florida. We differed on that one, and I get why. That to me has a chance to be the game of the tournament.
Yeah, it can happen.
It could be.
Yeah.
And then we agree on the Ole Miss one. It's the last one, right? Yeah, 8 games.
Michigan State we agree on.
Yeah. Kentucky and Illinois. I picked Kentucky. I assume.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay, we agree on that one. And then we did the Alabama one. We agreed on Alabama. What was the other one? I feel like Oregon and Arizona. I had Oregon. You had Arizona.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So just so everybody remembers, and we both had Duke. We both had Duke winning. So those are our picks for tomorrow. Anyway, that's most of every one of those are filled out on my bracket except for the one which is ISU, which I didn't have them.
It's pretty good.
I had them losing to UNC, so I'm figuring if UNC shouldn't be, then Ole Miss should.
Again, nothing too crazy in the tournament so far to me. I mean, there's like a surprise,
St.
like you said, like St. John's. Yep. Clemson was a surprise. Yeah. Michigan getting as far as they did surprise. Yeah. So I think there are a couple, but nothing like where
St. John's.
I can't believe this team's there. You know,
St. John's should not have lost to that.
No, they shouldn't have.
No. No. I look at
The
Calipari.
UCLA getting absolutely
Calipari's-
boat raced right now is pretty bad. too.
Calipari can recruit. He'll never not lack for talent, but coaching wise, he never should have outcoached Rick Pitino. Rick Pitino loved himself today.
Yeah, he
That was
did.
a loaf.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That answer reeks of a loaf. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So live with that, Rick, because I know you're a fraud anyway. But that's going to do it for our show tonight. Actually, unless you want to stay through this. Where are we? 20 minutes. We'll stay. We have right now. It's not a daunting. Tennessee's kind of having their way with UCLA. It's 51-35. I don't
Pretty
know.
safe to say
There's
Tennessee's winning this
there's
game.
9 wins to go. I don't know if UCLA has a run left in them. I just don't know.
That's a big run right
Yeah,
there.
it would be a big run. Tennessee is
Yeah.
the better team. I mean, it's not
Yep.
a knock on that. Tennessee's a legit team.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I don't know that they're coming back because we'll turn this off and they'll come back. Anyway, but that's going to do it for tonight. We'll be back on Wednesday or Thursday. Actually, might be doing Thursday. You're going to be here Thursday night because
right.
it's opening day in Major League Baseball
Yeah.
and the round of 16.
Yeah.
So we will be on Thursday. It's going to be the three of us. We're going to talk about Major League Baseball first opening day, and the Sweet 16 starts on Thursday. So you guys enjoy tomorrow. Enjoy the week. School vacation, I believe, is in a week.
Here we go.
In a week. Woohoo, Myrtle Beach, here I go. Woohoo. Anyway, we will see you guys on Thursday night. Until then, for the Doubtable One here in spirit, by the way, they took home first place, the team in the team award.
I know. That's
So
awesome.
That's awesome.
Great
right
news.
there. Law Dog, the questionable one. America, you know the drill. This sound better have fucking worked.
Why is it just